The rain had been falling for hours thick, relentless sheets hammering the windshield like handfuls of gravel. It's a kind of storm that makes you feel trapped inside the world itself. I never meant to stop that night. The plan was simple: drive through the valley, reach my cousin's house before midnight, crash on the couch, and head home the next day. But plans don't mean much when you're miles from town and your car starts sputtering like it's choking on water. By the time the engine gave out completely, I was already deep in the woods. The GPS had lost signal 20 minutes earlier. No lights ahead, no houses behind. Just the dull glow of my hazard lights and the roar of rain swallowing the world. I remember sitting there, staring at the dark road ahead, every instinct telling me don't get out. But the cold crept in, and the battery was dying fast. I told myself I'd just find shelter somewhere to wait out the storm. That's when I saw it. It's through the rain-smeared windshield, maybe 50 yards off the road. A faint yellow glow flickered between the trees. A lantern, maybe, or a window light. It swayed faintly, as if inviting me closer. I grabbed my backpack, phone, and flashlight, then stepped into the storm. The rain hit me like icy needles. The mud sucked at my boots. Every flash of lightning revealed twisted branches like reaching fingers. I pushed through until I saw it clearly: a small wooden cabin, half hidden by pine and fog. The light came from inside. "Nate." "Nothing," I called out, voice nearly lost to the rain. "Hello? Anyone home?" No answer. But the door creaked slightly open on its own. Inside, it smelled like damp wood and old smoke. The lantern flickered on a table cluttered with tools, rusty nails, wood shavings, an open book swollen with water damage. Everything looked abandoned, except the fire burning weakly in the corner fireplace. Someone had been here recently. I called out again. Silence. So I stepped inside, dripping water onto the wooden floor, trying to shake off the sense that I was trespassing. The cabin wasn't big, just a single room with a cot, a stove, a table, and that flickering fire. Found a blanket on the cot, rough but dry. I wrapped it around my shoulders, sat near the fire, and listened to the storm outside. The sound of rain pounding on the roof should have been comforting, but the more I listened, the more I realized something was off. The rhythm wasn't even. It wasn't just rain. Every few seconds, there was a thud, like footsteps on the porch. I froze. Another thud. Then a dragging sound. I killed my flashlight and strained to listen. The storm muffled everything, but I could be sworn beneath the wind there was a faint scrape across the wooden boards outside the door. I crept to the window, heart hammering. The lightning flashed, illuminating the drenched clearing. Nothing, just the rain. I turned back, toward the table, and froze. Tanze, the door was open again. It had been shut when I came in. I was sure of it. The wind hadn't pushed it. It was too heavy for that. I moved slowly, pushing it closed again, and dropped the wooden latch. Then I checked the windows. Locked. But the moment I turned back toward the fire, I saw something that turned my stomach. On the muddy floor, right by where I'd been sitting, were fresh footprints, bare ones, leading away from the fire, toward the back corner of the room where the shadows pooled thickest. I raised my light. There was no one there, just a trapdoor half hidden under a rug. I knelt beside it, breath trembling, and brushed away the dirt. The wood underneath was newer than the rest of the cabins, most freshly cut. There was no handle, just a small metal ring embedded in the wood. I shouldn't have opened it, but curiosity is louder than fear when you've already convinced yourself you're imagining things. I pulled the ring. The hatch lifted with a long, damp creak and a wave of cold air rushed out, smelling like earth and rot. My light barely reached the bottom, but I could see stairs, narrow and steep, leading into darkness. I told myself it was just a root cellar, food storage, perfectly normal. But then I saw it, something carved into the underside of the hatch. Words, scratched deep into the wood. Don't let him out. I dropped the door shut and stumbled backward, heart slamming in my chest. The fire guttered as if reacting to my panic. That's when I heard the whisper. It wasn't from outside. It came from underneath. A voice, soft and dragging like wind through wet grass. Let me out. I froze. My flashlight flickered. Another whisper, louder this time. I'm cold. I stumbled for the door, unlatched it, and yanked it open. Rain slashed across my face. But before I could run, a violent crash behind me made me look back. The trap door had burst open. A gust of foul air swept the room. For just a second, through the half-flickering light, I saw something climbing up the steps. Not a person, not an animal. A figure so pale it almost glowed, drenched in darkness, its head twitching side to side as if smelling me. Its eyes were gone, just empty sockets dripping with black water. Q, through the trees, through the storm, slipping and falling until my knees bled. I didn't stop until I saw the faint shape of my car again. When I looked back, lightning illuminated the tree line. The Tabian was gone, just empty forest. I never found it again. The next day, when the sun came up, I drove the entire stretch of road and found nothing but pine and mud. No path, no clearing. But when I opened my car door to get gas later that morning, a single muddy footprint stained the floor mat bare and small, like a child's. And that night, as I tried to sleep, I swear I could still hear it. Let me out. Rain thunders on, wind howling against the unseen cabin walls. You're safe until the next story begins.